CSR vocal, this edition of CSR vocal, which GRAAM has been facilitating. I would be very happy to know, like, what is the mode of interventions, and what are the kind of mechanisms you have in terms of implementing at the grassroots. As a business entity, I'm sure that it is not that easy as to come out with any grassroots intervention and implement it and find results out of it. How do you devise, and at the grassroots level, what are the ways and mechanisms you have in terms of implementing these programs?
See, you have raised a very, very important question. I know many corporates are right now struggling with implementation. When I'm talking about implementation, I'm talking about quality implementation.
Yes.
So for quality implementation, you would require a quality strategy. It could be like direct implementation. It could be like, implementing through a partner, or it could be mixed. Based upon the need of the project, based upon the kind of project requirement, you could do it. Here we are into all the three. All the three means there are certain areas where we are implementing directly. For example, suppose there is a factory in the vicinity area of the factory and nearby areas of the factory, we need to construct some toilets as per the requirement from the local administration or maybe district administration as per their request. We have contractors on board and they do go and make the survey and get the things done. That's not a big deal. It's not a big challenge for us. But when it comes to expanding the horizon, working at pan-India level and all, so we would also require an implementing partner. And when it comes to sensitizing the community and making all other stakeholders into the same base, we would require an implementing partner. Also, while conducting a study upon the baseline or the midterm assessment or the end line of assessment, or to even to make a kind of social return investment kind of assessment for any project, we would require an implementing partner. That we cannot do directly. We don't have any, required manpower and expertise to do that. Yes, we are here to strategize the things. Yes, we are here to, bring consultants on board, those who can help us to, design and conceptualize those projects. But all the things company would go directly and doing all the things in the ground by itself, it's not possible, especially within the time frame of the, financial year. And within meeting that particular budget, at times it becomes difficult when you are trying to scale it out. Under the skilling program, we have partnered with the Plumbing and Water Sector Skill Council, and they are helping us with their own TPS. And based upon the geographies, they are accommodating their own partners who are helping us to train the plumbers. It is happening pan-India basis. Regarding the toilet construction and behavioral change campaign and sanitation kind of work.
Really wonderful to know. I understand some of your projects which you are directly implementing, and some of your implementing through implementing partners. Very, interesting to hear from you about SROI and as well as impact assessments. As per you, how important is it this measuring the impact and also ensuring sustainability of any project? What are your thoughts on this, Mr. Rajesh?
Personally, I believe that there could be many projects in this country. If you go and check the history of the social projects in the last 10 years, 15 years. There are many, many projects who have given a sustainability plan in the paper. But if you actually check, the sustainability doesn't happen. Okay, they have matrices, they have diagrams, they have strategic engagements, they have their plannings like if you read them, you will be blown away like anything. But I have never seen any project who has been sustainable and given a quality result. Even you might be remembering that we had a last discussion that there are several philanthropic projects happening in Africa, but still nothing is sustainable. People are dependent, people were dependent, people are dependent. The ecosystem has been broken through philanthropy. So philanthropy which was meant for a good cause that has become a curse for them. Okay. Suppose for an example, if you are getting free clothing, free meal, and all the free accessories, why would you go for work? Why would you skill yourself? Why would you be bothered about doing something new that would add revenue, add value to you or maybe somebody else? Why would you do that? So I personally believe that in somehow in India also, NGOs are also promoting, you know, an ecosystem of philanthropy, and that is becoming a unnecessary burden upon the community, upon the society. And simultaneously, to take the tick box, corporates are also following that path. But to talking about the real sustainability, I personally believe that the idea of social responsibility, the idea of social sectors, engagement should come out from the mindset of charity to the mindset of teaching people how to stand on their own, how to become self-sustainable. And it is the idea from turning from giving them to a fish to teach them how to catch a fish rather. And frankly speaking, anything and everything, this kind of methodology, this kind of approach can be adopted at any point of time. Some good thing has happened in the sector of education, where skilling education, technology based education, empowering education has resulted tremendous growth. I have seen some initiative by some, I won't say it's a charitable cause, but some initiative by some techno based agencies who are in collaboration with partners like HCL, Tech Mahindra, Microsoft, Capgemini. What they're doing, they are tech-based initiatives. They are unicorns, they're startups. But what they're doing, they're promoting a kind of education system where somebody will learn about coding, somebody will learn about AI, somebody will learn about some new scientific aspects which is related to either the field of IT or technology. They will identify a potential candidate, and that potential candidate will be ready enough, job employable in maybe 9 months or 12 months. But that duration of this 9 months and 12 months is such a hard task for a candidate or maybe a student who is from a rural background, who is from a very poverty-stricken background. Now the corporate philanthropy comes into practice. Whatever fee is required, what is the infra required, what is the technical support required, what is the wisdom required, what is the training facilities required, that the philanthropic aspect can do right now, to bring that person, student from the rural community to the unicorn. Now what the unicorn is doing, the unicorn is doing each and every possible methodology, or preparing that person so that person can be employable first, or even that person is employable, that person can create similar kind of platform for other students, and that ecosystem will go and go and go and go and go on. And here what happens, nothing is done freely. uh, if the charity, if the philanthropy, corporate philanthropy is trying to promote that student, suppose for example, say 1 lakh is the total cost of that particular project, and the investment the corporate foundation, the philanthropy is doing on that particular student from the rural background is 1 lakh rupees for the entire year, and the student is getting placed. Now when the student is getting placed with that, probably the company of like Microsoft or maybe TCS or maybe another company, there is a initial agreement between the company as the unicorn, as the corporate philanthropy, that minimum pay package will be this much, and the student, after getting placement, he will pay back the whatever amount that was investment, obviously without interest. He will pay back. Second thing is that he will also help another two students to bring them into the board. If that is done, obviously that person, that fellow will be promoted to the next level. So the ecosystem works in that way, and the sustainability of this kind of project goes and goes and goes. So you see the three winners. The person who could never afford this kind of education from the rural area is getting benefited. Second, the unicorn, those who are trying to spread the social cause from their own initiative, they are getting benefited. Third thing, the corporate, they're getting quality manpower in a reasonable price. Whole thing, the whole ecosystem is getting developed. That means we are targeting not to the students, those who are from the elite IITs or IIMs or maybe top NITs. Rather, we are targeting students from 12th class or maybe dropped out. We are bringing them back and making a quality manpower and giving them a platform that, okay, better, you don't have to pay anything right now. We are giving you everything, but there are two conditions. One, when you are getting a placement, that we will ensure that how you are getting placed, because the curriculum was developed, the curriculum and everything is designed along with the corporates. It is not like the book is curriculum that somebody read earlier. That curriculum was developed with the with the consent, with the guidance from the corporates who are already entitled and already engaged. And those uh, corporates who are actually promoting that curriculum, they are also the trainers. Okay. And the unicorn who is promoting the platform, who is promoting this facility, they are also the trainers. So it happens like, they are meeting with the pool, the kind of resource pool that the corporates are asking, the corporates are looking. So they don't have to, invest much more time in identifying whether that particular person is okay with our system or not. So that is already screened in the early stage. So what happens? The corporate is satisfied, the candidate is satisfied, the unicorn is satisfied. And with the concept that this particular investment that we are doing right now, that will give a multiplier effect in future. I believe that kind of project could be done and for sustainability. If we'll talk about us, we have recently initiated similar kind of thing, not exactly what I put an example. We have recently joined with IIT BHU, and we will be supporting full tuition fee from the students who are economic weaker society, at least 10 students per year. And that will continue to grow. We have instructed the dean. I mean, we are not instruction is the wrong word. We have requested the dean that when the student gets placed or when the student is ready, at least he should sponsor one student or two students from his own pocket. And that will be contributed an alumni contribution towards the institute also. And that will also add, to the ecosystem. In that way, this whole cycle will go on at least for 10 years. We want to do that. So let's experiment it. Let's do it, because you do not know that one experiment is working in one area, will definitely work in another area. You don't know that. We're not sure about that. But still, at least we have an intention and we know that there is a blueprint and this will work. Okay. So that's how we have been working right now. And we also, expect those corporate foundations, those societies, and those, philanthropic arms, whoever is investing into any kind of social projects through CSR, they must, they must create this kind of ecosystem that they know even if they pull out after 10 years, after 5 years, the system will automatically run. That's how we think.
It's really wonderful to know. I mean, from your thoughts that the sustainability aspect is just not the responsibility of the corporate. It is the whole ecosystem responsibility to ensure sustainability of the project, both the community and as well as the implementing organizations and also the beneficiary. Let me not call a beneficiary, the stakeholder who are all involved in the overall process of a development initiative are responsible for the sustainability. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajesh. It was really exciting to know about the thoughts which you have on the sustainability aspect of any development initiative.